Mike Mellinger here. Want to talk to you real quick about something that might be unique in the state of South Carolina that could be really important in your case. If you're reaching out to us about a business valuation for divorce, one really important thing that you should discuss with your attorney is the personal goodwill element of your business. Why is that important? Well, in South Carolina, personal goodwill is not considered a marital asset. And personal goodwill can be a significant component of some businesses, or it could be a small component of other businesses. Let me take a brief step back and let me talk to you about goodwill in general. In business, when you're doing a valuation, there are three values that you're going to look at. You're going to look at the asset value. The asset value is if I took the fair market value of my assets and subtracted the fair market value of my liabilities, the number that's left over is the asset value of the business. This is generally considered the floor. Then there's two other methods of calculating a business valuation. The first method is the income approach. And the income approach is where we take a hypothetical investor and we look at the business and we come up with a interest rate that the investor would be happy with based upon the risk that he's taken in the business. And then we value the income stream and we compare the value of the income stream to the asset value, and there's generally going to be a difference. The income stream for a profitable business is going to be worth more than the asset value. That difference is what we call goodwill. The third approach, and I'll just tell you real quickly, is the market approach, very similar to the income approach. However, you look at similar businesses to the business you're valuing, and you come up with the fair market value of the business based on what we call multiples. Some common multiples are a multiple of EBITDA, earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. Another common multiple for businesses is seller's discretionary earnings, which is exactly like EBITDA, except you're going to add the income paid out to one of the owners. And then another approach that will be used sometimes, especially if there's a lot of funny stuff going on with the expenses, where the business owner's taking a lot of liberties, is the revenue, where you're going to multiply the revenue of the business by a multiple. With that said, again, with the market approach and the income approach, there's a difference in value generally between the book value and those two approaches. That is known as goodwill. Goodwill is divided into two categories. The first is enterprise goodwill, which is the value that's attached to the business. That could be the website, that could be the location, that could be the people, all these different things that drive the value of the business that if the owner was to leave, would stay with the business. Personal goodwill. The best definition of personal goodwill that I've ever heard of is, it was in a court case, and I don't remember the court case off the top of my head. However, it says to value personal goodwill, you want to look at the business as a tent, and you want to look at the business owner as a pole in the tent. And when we reach into that tent and we pull the business owner out, what happens to the tent? Does the tent completely collapse? And well, then it's 100% personal goodwill. Does the tent stay completely upright? Well, then it's 100% enterprise goodwill. And anywhere in the middle is the personal goodwill. So personal goodwill is something that you should discuss with your attorney if your business is a marital asset, because there might be some personal goodwill that could be valued. And what we do is we do a multi-attribute test to look at all the elements of enterprise goodwill and all the elements of personal goodwill and determine the percentage of personal goodwill and enterprise goodwill, and we would issue a report on that. Again, the personal goodwill report is something that we can do based on the complexity of the business at a flat fee with a report included in that flat fee. We appreciate you. Hopefully you have a great day.